It's been a phenomenal year for Enterprise Social and tibbr. And it's been humbling to have such great partners and customers like James at Reuters, Harry here. And last year, I stood before you and announced that we had 1.2 million paid users. The fastest ramp up, 27 months. Remember, guys, this is a product that didn't exist 3 years ago. So in 27 months, we got to 1.2 million users. And barely 12 months later, we have not just doubled. We have not just tripled. We have quintupled. 6.5, we just crossed the 6.5 million user mark this October. And it's really thanks to those customers like James, as well as Harry. Now, also, one starts wondering, what does this mean, 6.5 million users? Well, tibbr is now accessed from 7,000 cities. It's accessed on 2,100 different device models. When we rolled out tibbr, we talked about ubiquitous access. And this is, in some sense, what you see when you have information flowing unhindered. So we asked a typical customer, what happens to a typical tibbr post? A typical tibbr post is now seen by 100 users in the space of 24 hours in 7 countries and over 50 mobile devices. This is information, the lifeblood of your business, coursing through unhindered, in some sense fulfilling TIBCO's mission, getting the right information to the right person at the right time. I'm very happy to introduce an exciting new customer of ours, a household name, a company with $2.9 billion in revenue and 1,200 stores across the country, Men's Wearhouse. Please roll the video.
For 40 years, we've been helping men dress like gentlemen. Men's Wearhouse.
Please welcome Jamie Bragg, the Executive Vice President of Men's Wearhouse. Welcome, Jamie. So, Jamie, Men's Wearhouse has 1,200 stores across the country. You're the guy who keeps the trains running on time there. Why did you choose social, and why now?
I think when we looked at, we view ourselves as a service organization, and the level of communication we have in the disparate locations to our stores, our distribution centers, and satellite offices is a key to being able to provide that service. And our vision of service starts with how we treat one another, and that in turn provides customer service to our end consumer. So the civilization 3.0, if you will, in our mind was leveraging social and leveraging these devices that a lot of our hourly employees have.
So you were saying that every one of your 27,000 employees has an email and they don't use it, but you feel this will be used more. Well, tell us a little bit about that.
When we onboard somebody into the organization, they're given a corporate email address, but most of them are in the stores. It's not by far the majority of our employees are not knowledge-based workers. They don't sit in front of computers, so they're driving trucks, they're working in the warehouse, they're on the sales floor. And so we historically saw very little use of those email accounts. but we saw them on their phones, and leveraging those devices to be able to message and have be able to keep them. We have another commitment we have as a company is to be inclusive with information, so people know what our plans are, what they know, what's happening in their region, and they follow know what our CEO is thinking, and to be able to have that level of information cascade down through the organization is going to not only the next level, but it's also the next level of service.
So in closing, you told me this interesting story backstage, and you said because of tibbr, the folks in the call center knew more about a new factory you acquired in New Hampshire than the guys who did the deal. So tell us a little bit about
that. Correct. Well, we recently acquired Joseph Abboud, which is an American brand, has a factory in Massachusetts, and essentially the day the deal was finalized, I was on site with Joseph Abboud's an employee, and we were in the factory, and I just started kind of snapping pictures with my phone of the factory's, 150 years old and has the original wood flooring, and it's a great building. And so I was posting these pictures up to tibbr, and the vast majority of our active users at this point, before we roll out to the rest of the organization, are our contact center, distribution, a lot of our executives, but the feedback I was getting when they started seeing these images was incredible. They were really, it gave them a level of visibility that they would have never had before, saying, we just acquired this, what does it mean? And now they were seeing it live. The first time I was seeing it, and it was pretty cool. We got a lot of great reaction from that.
Well, thank you very much, Jamie, for coming on.
Thanks,
appreciate
Rob.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Bragg. So work these days is not a place we go to anymore. It's not a room in a building. It's not an office. What it is really a series of moments. A series of moments when we get things done. It's really sometimes a series of conversations. The catch up in the hallway, the quick text from the boss. It's also a series of meetings. Most of them online these days. And then you have documents. As much as we like to say we are digitized, in the enterprise, you can't get away from documents. And lots of them. And then we have content. All of us, in some shape or form, generate content, review content, approve content. So we do work and interact a lot with content. And then there's those pesky tasks. That little to-do list. Some people have a yellow Post-it. Some people now use Evernote. Whatever it is, you have your to-do list. And as a manager, others' to-do lists to manage so that they get their work done. So we believe that irrespective of industry, irrespective of function, work really is about these 5 simple elements. And with tibbr 5, we're announcing today, what we want to do is really make it simple for these 5 essential elements of work to be part of your social stream, to be available in your mobile device, to be available in your tablet. Really make it seamless. So let's take conversations. One would think it's relatively simple. What we have done is we've really fine-tuned the platform now. It's fast, it's got scale, really fine-tuned to connect the dots of what tibbr has always been differentiated on. People, data, and applications. The 3 things that you interact with, all in a simple, crisp, easy-to-use interface that everybody can start using right away. And we haven't forgotten, all of us kind of carry our office in our pockets these days. right? Or on a tablet. And in addition to providing broad platform support, iOS, Android, BlackBerry, the variety of tablets that are out there, we've always believed that enterprise mobile is not about dumb notifications. All of us play Angry Birds and other things, and we'd like to have an enterprise application that kind of doesn't suck, you know? Something that you can go back to. And the second thing, the tsunami of information. How do you make this intelligent? How do you make this give me notifications that are relevant to me? So that's exactly what we did. So we reimagined the mobile experience, built this beautiful new interface. I really enjoy using it now. I mean, most of you who use it tell me, it's great. I really want to use it. And there's no better thank you than that. And the second thing is, we put in place this very interesting intelligent discovery panel. And what the discovery panel does is that it plumbs your enterprise social graph, your role, who you reply to, what documents you open, and it surfaces information that's relevant to you. So here's an example. Allie, new person, joined my group. I quickly, with one click, can see her profile, rich, who she is, what she's about, all one click away. And today, I'm happy to announce we're taking it one step further. We're now announcing support for Microsoft Surface, the first platform, the social platform that will be offering support. And it will be in the Windows Phone Marketplace on October 22nd, the same day Surface Pro 2 launches. Now let's talk about meetings. The running gag, and I'm sure you guys have heard this many times, we spend 15 minutes preparing for a 30-minute meeting. We didn't get the number right, we didn't get the right people, then everybody's on the meeting, there are some stragglers. I mean, it's really a project to get a meeting going, even if it's online. So what we try to do here is leveraging the $1 billion in R&D that TIBCO has put into integration to create some of the best integration software in the world. What we did is make it easy for you. So now, with a simple click, you can choose your meeting provider. Whatever you use internally, whatever is your corporate standard. And with a second click, you can instantly, automatically pull all the people who were in that stream. The phone number, everything populates, and with one click, start now, you got an online meeting. So keep it simple. Like, make it easy for you, as I said, about these essential elements of work. Now let's get to documents. Industry analysts say that global 1,000 companies will create 1,500 exabytes of documents this year. We've been talking about mobile, social, all this stuff, but still, documents don't go away. Governance, contract purposes, etc. That's 33 trillion documents. But what's the problem? You guys already know this. These documents are scattered across the enterprise. They're sitting in a legacy repository like SharePoint. Marketing is using Dropbox. HR decided they're going to use another service provider. Oh, by the way, your own stash is sitting in Google Drive. So what do you do here? And the answer is a new feature we're announcing today, which is called tibbr files. And this is very unique, and this is the power of integration. Power of integration and making it simple. So with tibbr files, again, with one click, seamless. You can choose your poison, as they say, right? You can choose whether it's SharePoint that's inside, on-premise inside the company, or any of the file services or file collaboration services out there, with one click, and get in and bring those files into your social stream. Another interesting thing we've done is we've created a universal dashboard. And this is a common problem. Somebody sent you with another link from a file service. Somebody else sent you another attachment. Well, here's now a universal dashboard. A dashboard where you can see the files that have been shared with you across all these services for the last 3 months, last 6 months. A single place for you now to go and work through the confusion of what documents are these days on your laptop, desktop, or tablet. And we're very pleased to announce a new strategic partnership with one of the most trusted content collaboration vendors out there, Huddle. Please welcome my good friend, Alastair Mitchell, the founder and CEO.
Thanks, Ram. Imagine a truly cloud and mobile-enabled enterprise. Imagine a world where every single item in my corporate knowledge store, my corporate shared files, terabytes of content was available on this device right now. Imagine a world where I could take any one of those files, a document, an image, a video, and share that with someone, discuss it, edit it, and refind it again and share that with my colleagues from this device. Imagine if the platform that powered this device was so intelligent that when I get on the plane tonight to go to LA to see some of our biggest customers, it will figure out what files I need for tomorrow, download them to my device, and tell me about them so I can view them on the plane. And imagine if I could do all of this, give this beautiful social consumer experience at enterprise scale, genuine enterprise scale with government-grade security and management capability. And allow me to move off my on-premise deployments, unshackle my users from the desktop, slay the SharePoint dragon, and move into a beautiful cloud reality. Well, that platform is Huddle, and that's why I'm so delighted to be here with my good friend Ram to announce our strategic partnership with tibbr. Let's do a quick bit of information for those of you guys who don't know about Huddle. We have users in over 100,000 organizations globally, 180 countries. We are delighted to service and have enterprise deployments with some of the biggest and most exciting names in the business: Disney, P&G, J&J, Panasonic, through to the most exciting new names, whether it's Sega, whether it is LinkedIn, Beats by Dre. We also have enterprise deployments at scale with some of the most security-conscious folks out there: the US Department of Defense, Department of Justice, NASA, Department of Homeland Security. In the UK, 80% of the UK's central government departments deploy Huddle as their cloud collaboration and content platform. But enough about us. Let's talk about and show you what it looks like. This is Huddle in the cloud. It's a seamless experience on any device, whether I'm working on this device, a tablet, or on my desktop. It's an experience that users are familiar with. It's a files, it's a content store. But it's one view of all of my content, terabytes of content that I can share in a natural workspace, which is a Huddle, with either a few people on a project or a few thousand people as an intranet. And here I am working with a piece of content that Ram and I created for this presentation. First thing you can see, it's a beautiful experience. It's easy. Anyone can get up and running with this. It's very social, it's very collaborative. You can see that I can discuss it, I can share ideas, I can work on it with other people from within any device. It has all of the enterprise content management features you would expect from a fully functioning system that works across tens and 20,000 people in your organization. It has version control, audit history, full integration with single sign-on, LDAP, Active Directory, etc. But above all, it's in the cloud, 100%. This is a view of a document that is consistent on any device. It's in the browser. I do not have to download it to view it, to edit it in real time. I hit save, and immediately my team can find out about it, whatever platform and wherever they're working. I don't even need Microsoft Office anymore. And what we're announcing today is an integration of these two worlds of content and social collaboration in a tightly knit platform. So this is Huddle. This is the tibbr integration into Huddle. You can see there's a tibbr tab. This gives you the tibbr wall within Huddle, a full experience where you can share all of the workings and goings on with your enterprise community. Let's say it's KPMG, 146,000 people, right from within Huddle. And it goes the other way. This is tibbr. This is Huddle within tibbr. So that single view of content that Ram was talking about, that ability to not be discussing multiple versions of the document that are stored on email or in a C drive or in a cloud store or on your shared drive. One version of the truth, stored within your tibbr conversation, accessible to share with the members of your community. And here I am having a conversation about that. I can share that content, and immediately my community knows about it. So that's what we're talking about here. It's this holy union, this amazing world that finally, best-in-class content collaboration, best-in-class social collaboration on one platform, tightly unified, deployable in days, not months or even years, at enterprise scale, that will free your users up to work in ways they never thought was possible before. In the cloud, move you away from your enterprise stack once and for all, and above all, make you more successful than you were days, weeks, months before. That's tibbr plus Huddle. Thank you very much. My name is Alistair Mitchell.
Thank you, Alistair. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the two remaining elements that I call as a part of work. Content. As I said, content is something we kind of do. We don't think about it as content, but we do. We publish things. For a marketing person, it might be a customer success story, put the story together, the supporting links, all that kind of stuff. And for a lawyer, it might be a new contract policy. For an HR person, it might be publishing to the rest of the employees a new benefits policy. In the age of Tumblr and variety of instant publishing services in the consumer marketplace, how do we do it? A trusty old email. Put the audience in the two. Make sure you add your comments. Add some bulky document attachments. A whole set of links. Now you add social media links. And hit send and pray. Pray that all those people will at least take some time to read this, because actually there's some good information here, which is kind of useful. That's how we do it. So the challenge for us was, how do we change this dynamic? How do you find information within the enterprise, within your documents, within your applications, on the web, in social media, and then make it drag and drop, what I call drop dead simple, right? Drop dead simple, and then share it. And then put it together in a layout and a format that your audience wants to read. The industry has started calling this curation. We simply call it tibbr pages. And please welcome Sriram Chakravarti, our VP of Engineering, who's going to give you a demo and tell you what tibbr pages is. Hey, Sriram.
Thanks, Ram. We are very excited about tibbr pages. We think this is absolutely going to change the way in which we create and consume content in the enterprise. So let's take a look. So here you have, there you go. Okay, here you have Ram's collection of pages that he has curated across various different subjects, various different users that he is following. And as you drill into one of these, the marketing collection, you notice that this is all content that Ram has curated, and this is all about tibbr. Let's look at a specific page. Here is a customer success story of Interport Police, one of our customers. And what this page represents is various fragments of information that we have put together in this beautiful page. It starts off with a customer overview. We have some user-generated content. Here's a picture from Interport Police website. And you have Jay Grant, who is with here today, the Secretary General of Interport Police, talking to Rudy Giuliani. The next section is why social? Why did they want a product like tibbr? And here we have clippings from the Examiner where Jay Grant talks about the need for different law enforcement departments to connect and talk with each other. And then you have some Twitter post from Jay, and more importantly, the anatomy of the sales cycle, the real story behind this customer win. It starts off with a tibbr post from the salesperson and continues all the way to the actual customer win, all right here in this page. Now, the cool thing we can do here is also tie in with your existing content sources. Here is other interesting content in terms of how this story needs to be used, the customer reference policy, contracts, it's right here. You can also tie in the CRM records. So if you have appropriate permissions, you can actually look at the entire account information from here. Contrast this to the email that Ram showed earlier. It's beautiful. It's actually something that I want to read. And more importantly, it's not stale. It's live. And I don't need a team of developers to go and make these changes. I can make a change, or any user can make a change themselves. You can come in here, and right from here, if I want to make a change, make this more current, I can look for new content. So let's search for Interport Police. And you get results from all your different sources, from tibbr, from Google, neatly classified in different document sources, web, news, and images, from social media feeds, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, your internal SharePoint documents, or your CRM application, all right here. So Jay has created a new video talking about how they're using tibbr. I can update this page. I can select this video and simply drag and drop this right here. The page realigns itself. I can do a quick preview, make sure this is all looking good, and share and republish this content to everybody who's interested. And that's the power of tibbr pages.
Thank you, Sriram. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is really reimagining content in the enterprise. No more content management system, sending it to the intranet portal guy. Hopefully, he'll update it in 30 days. It's stale already. This is making sure every tibbr user can be a real-time publisher of content. So now, let's go to tests. And I'm sure many of you think about this. The questions we ask ourselves every day. Why is this project late? What did we do 6 months ago that changed the timeline? Where are all those conversations? There's a change in resources. When did that happen? And so the answer to these questions, the way to do that is what we're doing here, where all this information is scattered across all these different project management software, your Evernote, your Excel. How do you bring it all together? And the answer is tibbr tasks. What we're announcing is a social task management app that now you can leverage the power of the social graph. Who's doing what? Actually route information with purpose. And then drive projects to completion collaboratively, right? Goodbye project status meeting. Just see your posts. So Sriram will show you what tibbr tasks is.
Sure. I was waiting for need to show up.
You guys need to switch the screen. Yeah,
okay. There you go. All right, so here is Ram's project dashboard. So Ram is involved in dozens of projects. With this dashboard, what he can do is he can get a quick glance of what's going on. Where are all my different projects? And right here, you could see that the website, tibbr.com website upgrade project, is probably lagging behind compared to everything else. It's at 33%. So let's go in and see what's going on here. As I go into my project, I get a full 360 view, or in this case, Ram gets a full 360 view of what's in this project. The different people who are involved. So right here, you can see Mike is a designer in Palo Alto. Heather is a copywriter in Texas. Olivia, marketing manager in Canada. A geographically distributed team collaborating on this project. I can look at my different milestones, look at the task associated with each of these milestones, and more importantly, I can get the story behind this. I can look at all the conversations associated with a particular project, the files that have been exchanged as people are discussing about these projects, the overall dashboard of who's doing what, who is the top resolver, who's getting their task done. Everything is visible right here. Now, if I notice, the wireframe review task is in the red. So to find out what's going on, all you need to do is click on it, look at the conversation, and it's right here pretty obvious that this is stuck in legal, waiting for copyright issues to be resolved. Now, what this has done is saved Ram another status meeting to find out what's going on. It's all right here. And that's the power of tibbr task. Not just create, assign task, but also get the story, to get the conversation behind each of your tasks and projects.
Thank you, Sriram. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The 5 essential elements of what we call work. When we strip this down, these are the 5 things you do. And tibbr 5 is our platform release, shipping later this quarter. We'd love to have you join us in the Solutions Showcase. But in closing, we're also truly honored to work with some very inspiring organizations across the world, and each of whom are trying to make the world a better place in their own right.